one.
Hey y'all, he's cool.
He's Kegs.
And I'm Legatus.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Cool-Kegs podcast, the place for gamers to post up, cut up, and do anything but shut up. So today we have Mr. T-Lock coming back for round 2 with us. We're super excited to have him on. Obviously we got our boy down, well, I don't know for y'all, but for me it's down yonder. We got Cool. Over to my left, we got the man, the myth, the legend. Look at that legendary facial fur, my friend. I love it. My wife said she likes it too, and that's a statement. So today I wanted to start out our little opening today with a current topic, an interesting little thing that I found. I posted it in our admin chat for everyone to take a look at. I don't know if Legs, you had a chance to take a glance, but it was a YouTube video from a content creator by the name of Seth Drums, who has some interesting shit out there. Shout out to Seth. He's pretty cool, actually. And it was Nickelback singing a song by Bon Jovi. I forget what song it was.
It was Dead or Alive.
Yeah, that's the
yep,
one.
that's what it was. That's what it was. And I found out that was all AI generated. AI did all of the vocals for that track. And that's a little concerning to me because it sounded really fucking good.
Sounded just like Kroger too.
Like it did. It legitimately sounded like the band Nickelback made a cover of the song.
It was weird.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of those videos, and some of them are scary good. It's really weird what you can do with some of the AI out there nowadays.
And that was the topic I wanted to bring up was how far is too far with AI in today's society, that we can mimic someone's voice and vocals to the point where you can basically produce a song that, you know, these people don't have any input in. You can make, so like I could record a snippet of you Legs or you Breeze or you T-Lock, and then have, once I get your guys' vocal cadence and tones down, I can have a computer make you say whatever the hell I want, and that's it. That's game
welcome,
over.
T-Lock.
Hey.
You just popped over here on the couch, I guess. What do you think?
I'm here.
You haven't been able to see it yet. None of us have, but hopefully you like the new studio, and we're trying to upgrade.
It looks objectively sick.
Well,
no, I missed the poster in the back that just says ass coming out of one side of his head.
I still have it somewhere, but it's true. Well, here's the thing. This is the greatest thing in the world because it's just true. But no, in all seriousness. So, as far as MetalStorm's going, with you being the largest and oldest, is there anything new on the horizon that, you know, maybe they'd like to kind of hint about? I mean, I don't know. How are things going with MetalStorm?
Well, any secrets I told you, I'd have to kill you. So,
that's we're all kind of trying to get you.
They're consolidating the server on Discord. You'll probably notice that they got rid of some of the channels and bunched some of the others into just consolidating it. They're trying to cut it down to easier access to feedback, you know, and it's like I try to get people to understand, you know, this is not a regular jump on the server, your squad server, and cuss your mates out, you know, and it's F you this and that, and you know, it's a business. They're creating a product.
Yep.
They're serious. Yes, it's a community server, and we want everybody to have fun, you know. But you know, if you clog up that server with a bunch of regular stuff that would be on regular servers, there's feedback's going to get missed.
Yeah.
There's a certain individual, I won't mention his name, but it's just memes all over the place, you know.
And I'll tell
It's
you
me,
what,
guys. In case everyone was wondering, it's me.
No,
it's me. But hey,
I deleted 5 of them this yesterday.
it's me. Well, so here I'll tell you this something else that I became kind of self-aware of. So new players, we got a lot of new players coming in right in the chat now.
Yeah.
A lot of us, that have been around the internet, not even necessarily the game. There's a tendency to, oh, that's a stupid question kind of thing, and I fell into it. But it's not that I was trolling anybody. Actually, I was just trying to get them to talk in my defense. But that's not how it always goes. So when you have to come in, if someone comes in and has a genuine question and they're a new player, just answer it for them, or as players, I'm starting to understand the side of the new player. Even if I'm joking and warm right after, that first initial impression could be jolting. I'm starting to become self-aware about that in my own, because I'm a troll, but I don't want to hurt anybody. No, I am. No, it's fun. It's just especially new players.
We all are though, dude. Think about it. We all are. We all grew up in the generation of the Call of Duty lobbies where you're, one match you're getting a teammate going, "Hey, dude, that was a really good match," and then the next one you do the same damn thing and you get one dude trying to go jump off a fucking bridge. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's how the old Call of Duty lobbies were, and that's not what we're looking for, obviously, in the MetalStorm server, because as Mr. Locke already pointed out, this is good. This is part of what they're basing their business structure off of. And I totally just hit myself in the fucking hat right there, doinkus. But yeah, no.
If you look at it, it's a really wonderful opportunity. I mean, before now, how would you even thought of trying to create a product with your market that you're going after? I mean, that's instant feedback on developing the product. This is new, I see it happening in other products. That Azeron, the one that makes that little claw thing I use.
Yeah, that mouse.
They've got a Discord channel. Yeah. And they're doing beta this and beta that, and they're getting feedback like crazy. Yeah. I can see other companies developing other products, and with the internet and Discord and other programs and other medias, instant feedback while creating. Oh, geez, what more can you ask for?
Exactly.
Yeah, if you got a bunch of ideas can bounce off each other, and you have one good idea, someone else has another good idea, and then suddenly those two people are like, well, this idea could be even better. Let's take all the best aspects of it, right? And that's the kind of stuff you get on Discord. Whereas,
but as soon as you interject that you're stupid because of that idea, that just killed the whole thing.
Yeah,
it devolves. I mean,
your mama this and that and that, and I'm cool because I can cuss and I can accuse you. That don't cut it. That's not feedback. That don't help anybody, and it just makes these people look like trolls.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing, dude. We have 2 of the 4 mods, I guess. Really, 4 mods total. Okay.
3, just 3. Yeah, 2/3.
Well, and the thing is, how frustrating, how patient, I don't think it's frustration. How do you guys learn to be so patient with some of, the people you do?
Like Breeze.
I walk around, I roll around the neighborhood and shoot cats after it's all over with. Makes me feel better.
I like it. 17 HMR, 22 LR. What are we talking here? What kind of distance?
after a certain amount of time, you can. It's what I tell people is, look, if you respond to a troll, he's won. It's over with.
Yeah.
He's after attention, and by you responding to his troll question, he won. It's over. You lost. Scroll on, dude. Just scroll on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so easy, but there's so many. You got to realize. Me and Legatus was talking about writing us a book, Catching Smoke, moderating alpha personalities. You know,
Honestly,
it's an aerial combat game. Who's it going to draw? They're going to be alpha personalities.
Yeah.
I want to win. You're dead. That, it's what it's all about. And yes, there's competition, and there's a certain amount of psychological, I'm better than you. Oh, you couldn't fly a plane if it fell out of, that. Yeah. Okay. There's a certain amount of that. But as soon as you get personal name calling, just trying to start arguments, that's where we step in.
That's where the toxic
I would personally...
the biggest thing I try to get when somebody goes off on they're insulted or he started it or whatever is get it off server. If y'all want to argue and bicker, that's fine. Just don't do it on a public server that's trying to get good feedback. Take your little petty little arguments off server. Damn them. Cuss him out. Go for it. But
bring that to your squad server or private DMs or something, right? But the MetalStorm server should be reserved mostly for feedback and the occasional clips of, oh wow, look at this, I did something good. Check that out.
There you go.
Right. So and I would almost be willing to put forward that a lot of the personalities that we deal with aren't even necessarily falling into like the true alpha standard. They'd be more in like the what's the psychological term for it? The narcissistic
simulated
the narcissistic shit, I can't think of it right now, and I just watched a whole fucking documentary on it. But it's basically just a narcissistic need for basically stroking themselves off. I can't think of the proper terms for it, but a lot of the
trolls are seeking attention, but they don't know how. And even
they need some form of gratification.
Is still attention. So if I can get you to respond, if I can piss you off, if I can make you go off, I got that attention. I won. That's the mind of a troll.
Yeah, and they're like the Omegas of the world.
Yes.
Because someone who's got a temperament that's a true alpha isn't going to get riled up over shit like that. They're going to have a civil discourse about it if there is a problem, but the discourse will and whatnot will remain civil. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I have a problem with this. Someone's going to obviously try and go off on him about it. Like, oh, this is a stupid thing. No, I don't feel like it's stupid. This is something I've dealt with, and I feel like it's a problem, so I'm addressing it. You can take your stupid opinion and shove it. I just want to have a conversation about this, and then someone else is going to come along and be like, oh, okay, this is how we address this problem, and the person who brought it up then is going to be like, oh, okay, thank you for your input. I'm going to use that to I'm going to use that to add to the conversation, but also to remove the problem from being an actual problem. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time putting words together right now.
You're doing just fine, buddy. Right. No, you're doing just fine. Literally.
I like the point you made about a first person onto the server, and the first thing they see is two idiots arguing. Yeah. My daddy's bigger than yours is. They're gone. And that could have been the one idea that throws this game over the top.
Sure.
That first impression on a server, I've jumped on many a server and scanned down the channels and went, delete.
Yeah.
And, if they jump in here and that's the kind of stuff they're seeing is trolls and petty arguing and my daddy's bigger than yours is. And if y'all got a dispute, take it DM, argue it all you want to. Better yet, jump in a custom match and duke it out.
Yeah.
There's the answer to all the problems, right? You want to say you're better than someone else, challenge them to a 1v1 and prove it, right?
Yeah. Like 1v1 me, bro.
Well, the thing is, my biggest thing is like all the stuff.
I'll come out and say I'm probably bigger than their daddies are too, so they can lick my nuts. Anyway,
in all seriousness, like you guys in the game in general, I think you're extremely patient. But like the stuff that I've been seeing in chat lately, like the whole disrespect kind of thing, like the amount of patience that it must be taking right now. And I promise you, a lot of these people are probably good people, like you said, just seeking attention. But the amount of patience that, you guys have even shown me. So I'll put that out there. It must be a hard job, dude. It seriously must be a hard job. Now I've been on kind of something like this, but it was a streaming thing. I was on the mod side of that, but it was much different because live action versus and again a brand that's being built. Like I'm starting to really be aware of what's going on here, and it's not that we're not going to have fun on the podcast and stuff like that, but we're starting to understand that a lot of this means a lot to a lot of people, including us. We kind of did soul searching ourselves, so we're going to try to take it up a notch, like you're seeing tonight. Of course, we're always open to collaborating with anybody. Seriously, if there's something we can do to help, hit us up. If we can, I'll let you know. Kegs will let you know. Legs will let you know. Just like anybody else in this community. And that's what I was going to kind of circle this back to. The collaboration inside the community and stuff that's happening right now. Right now, what you're seeing is a production not done by us for the first time. So it's going to look different. It's going to feel different, but hopefully for a good way. But we had Farquaad come on here and basically do media production for us right now. And these last two videos, let me know what you guys think, all of you. But hopefully this brings a little bit more enjoyment. If we're going to do it, we might as well do it seriously, right? I want to treat all you guys with so much respect, and I didn't realize that the sloppiness felt like disrespect in a way, but here's the thing. We are jam-packed a month out, and I can't wait to hear stories. But when I circle it back around to stories, I do want to learn a little bit more about War Wings. And kind of the story of War Wings, just like how War Wings made it to MetalStorm.
And then, real quick though, before we get into that story, y'all, do us a favor while you're commenting how you like the new production status. Like this video, subscribe to the page, and sign up for the notifications.
That's a good man. Thank you. Inside joke: we're not supposed to mention a certain word. It's way over there, you idiots. I don't want to go get them, you idiots. And he's like, I will walk off this show right now if you mention that. And I was like, T-Lock, we got you. You don't have to go. But no, in all seriousness, like I am seriously curious about the War Wing story because, most of the people that listen to us are probably from Sky Warriors. Okay? And they might have heard bits and pieces of our story, but I haven't had a real opportunity to cover somebody that's been there since the beginning and here and what happened towards the close there. So how did War Wings and what was War Wings? Can you elaborate at all?
Legatus, you were with us in War Wings, weren't you?
Actually, no, it wasn't. I only started playing MetalStorm about 2 years ago, January. And I hadn't played the previous versions of MetalStorm or War Wings with most of the guys.
Well, I found War Wings. I've been fascinated by flight since I could get a rock off the ground and throw it. Kites, models, anything. Watching a leaf fall, just anything that involved flight. And I saw an ad on Facebook, and it was World War II dogfighting, and I went, "Oh, how cool!" Downloaded it and played it for about 6 months, and it had a definite tier system. It was a good bit more arcade. When somebody was on your 6, instead of doing something to your plane, you swipe left or swipe right, and the plane does a roll, and it breaks their targeting. Corny, yes, corny, but it's all bullets. There's no missiles.
Yeah, the timing.
There was only a few planes that even had rockets, but they were just straight shot rockets. And it was all prop jobs and bullets. So there was a little more gratification in the kill because you aimed it, you pulled the trigger, you watched it blow up. It had cute little things like if you got a headshot, there'd be this little splatter of blood just over the cockpit, just bleep.
That's awesome.
And you'd get a thing, headshot.
Headshot.
But it was it was a nice game. It was well done. It was put together. It didn't have big fancy graphics. Like I said, it was kind of cartoony. But I played it for about 6 months and had worked my way up pretty much most of the ladders, the tiers, and I had played it every single day since the download, and I got to that 6 month point. Now, maybe something else, and I got on there one night, and they had a global chat in game, and somebody said something, and it was the first time I'd said anything. Well, the second time I said anything in global chat, and this guy comes back, and all of a sudden we start this back and forth, and he pulls us over into a private chat, which the game also had. And he asked me about Discord, and I didn't know anything about it. I had seen people talk about, do you have Discord? And I always wondered, why are they asking about their emotional state? Yeah, we all have Discord. Yeah. Well, it's that neighbor back yonder that no. I didn't know what Discord was.
We cut the
and
cord
the guy had me download it. Next thing I know, we're talking. I had grabbed a headset and, oh, hey, how you doing? And we had a really wonderful conversation. There was just a mind link. And he says, well, you want to fly a couple of games? I says, okay. I turn. He says, no, leave it. Just pull up the game on top of it. Now, wait a minute. We can talk and fly. Life changed.
Yeah. Kegs didn't know what Discord was either for a while.
And
I thought it was a scam. Straight up, I thought it was a scam.
Well,
how much money are you fuckers trying to take from me right now? What the fuck is this? And they're like, no, dude, it's a chat room. It's a chat room.
That's something you got to admire about Discord. No ads.
Yeah.
Oh, it's wonderful.
But
I love it.
Anyway, he pulled me into a squad over in England and started flying with them, and we decided to break out into a squad, and the guy that I had met the first time, it was old Kilnum, if anybody remembers, Borwing's characters. And we started a squad, and I was one of his officers. And I never wanted to be anything other than just play a game, but all of a sudden I got friends all over the world. And I'm finding out about people's lives, and I'm sharing things, and it just, up until that point, I always thought, online community, get a life,
Yeah,
But no, I get it now. Yes, there is a global internet community, and they're all different, but
this one's special.
I broke out of that squad and tried to go rogue, but apparently I text with a southern accent, and I got found. They figured out who I was, and all of a sudden it was, hey, why don't you start a squad? I said, because I don't want a squad. I didn't want to be an officer. I just wanted to. Now you start one, we'll join you. And come on, guys. And I got talked into it, and I started a squad, and a few, and it just started. It built from there. And all of a sudden, War Wings kind of petered out. There wasn't any upgrades. There wasn't anything from the developers. There was no more tournaments. There was nothing new being offered. And the players loved the game so much, they were trying to come up with their own stuff. We were starting our own tournaments. We were, and then all of a sudden, I found MetalStorm, and I'll be honest with you, it's been so long ago, I don't remember how I found MetalStorm. Somebody sent me a link, and I started. The more War Wings died, the more I went to MetalStorm, and then War Wings shut down all except their China servers. They were owned by a Chinese company. What was it, Tencent? And they sold it to somebody, and I think they found out that they can make more money suing off copyright issues than actually running the game.
Probably.
But it ran over in China for a little while longer, and then it completely died. And then it was that mad search everybody was doing for a new flying game.
Yep.
And the Discord channels were, try this one, try that one, try this one. That sucks. This don't. Yes, it does. There's no teams. You can't fly with them. And then I was slowly catching them and saying, hey, try this one, you know. And all of a sudden we got a bunch of War Wings buddies starting up in MetalStorm. And that squad came over, and I said, well, we got enough for it now. Who wants to be squad leader? You know, and silence. If anybody's there, hello. There's nobody even in the room.
I think all of us that stayed silent have been through this before.
But I got stuck with it again, and early on, I had an odd controller, and the Starform team had never seen it, and they were actually trying to find one to buy to make sure that it worked in, because it was just too sensitive for the game for some reason. And that got me in touch with Joust, and we started back and forthing. And one day he pops up to me, he says, hey, you want to be a moderator? And I went, not really. He says, well, we need somebody to be a moderator. Well, what do you expect out of a moderator? And he laid out and told me exactly what he wanted. And that is all I have tried to do since I've started it. But, and...
Well, heavy lies the crown with that, guys. Both of you guys. Any mods out there that have ever had to deal with this. Like, honestly, it's just... I'm glad to have you on again for several reasons, but mainly to catch up, but also to just kind of show people you're a gamer. And,
yeah.
And it's just like you're not doing it because you want to, like, necessarily.
No.
Like, that's the thing. Like, but I will say this: this is why I would make a good mod, at least now. Like, patience is a virtue, of course, but you guys have that ban hammer, you have the timeout hammer, and I don't see that being really flung around. So I don't understand what the complaint really is.
I mean, we'll work with anybody that at least works with us. I mean, we're not here to time out or to kick or ban or whatever. I mean, that's not what we're after. Even
I thought I was right, like, with times. But the thing is, it shouldn't matter what I think. And that's the respect part. I hope they start respecting you guys a little bit more, because I know that soon. Well, here's the thing. I respect you as a human, and I hope that people that respect me as a human will also respect you as a human. Because I'll straight out say it. Like, it does. I don't like people taking shots at you in the chat. I don't. Any mods. I'm sorry. I don't like that. It's a hard job. So, again, that may be...
I will interject that first, Breeze, you have to be a human and not a trash panda.
Well, there's a different mode. It depends on the Doritos I find that day. I'm telling you, 7-Eleven is pretty wicked.
Well, a lot of these, if we have to step in, it's not because we wanted to. If we have to step in, it's because things are starting to go a little too far.
Sure.
And if you don't stop, we have to stop you.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't like telling full-grown adult, what I assume to be adults. Yeah. Quit bickering.
Yeah.
It's like, play nice. My God, these are supposed to be adults. And they're arguing that you're stupid because you didn't agree with me.
Yep.
And yeah, there is a certain amount of frustration. And like I say, you kick the furniture and it's all okay.
Well, and I'll even say, like I've had some discussions in there or whatever, and it's just some of the way that I phrase, the way I say things as a person, I can come off coarse or harsh. And that's just from I don't know how many goddamn years I've been working in construction type situations. I don't sugarcoat a goddamn thing. I just say it the way I think. Whatever happens here comes out here. Now, whether or not that medium is my thumbs, it still comes out the same. You know what I mean? So it's like, some of the shit that I've said, I've been kind of surprised that no one's been like, "Hey, bud, you need to fuck off with that shit a little bit," and.
Well, the first one will let you slide.
There's been a lot more than one. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? But, because even after I typed my response, and me, I try not to be necessarily an inflammatory person, but I'm gonna say what I'm thinking, and that's just the way it's not bullshit. Thank you.
Now, what people don't realize that if you look at it from just their point of view, what I put up here, I understand, and everybody's bound to understand it because it's me. This is a funny picture and it's got a silly thing on it. Right. They're bound to understand that that's supposed to be a paragraph.
That's right.
And it's a monkey eating a banana. Yeah. When you post something, unless you're using words and you're concise and you're clear, most of who reads it ain't gonna get it.
Yeah.
Use your words.
It's the introductory.
Right. Well, and that's exactly what I was getting at is, sometimes even after I've said it, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I could see how that might be taken wrong. Then I gotta try, I gotta try and backpedal a little bit and try and figure out how to rephrase what I'm trying to say to be a little bit more, I guess community-wide understood instead of just, talking to my goofy-ass Uber slang and, my slightly overly direct form.
Or read a post, and it was like, wait a minute, what's he talking about?
Yeah.
But to him, it was perfectly clear what he meant to say.
Yeah.
So the fact that you didn't get it, you're stupid. Well, that's the wrong attitude.
Yeah, that whole
you got to give everybody a little bit of more slack.
Yep.
Because there's some people that can't type.
Yeah.
There's some people that can't spell. There's some people that just don't do well in texting. But you get them in a voice chat, and they're the most fascinating people. And you wouldn't dare say anything to hurt their feelings. But in a text, it's like,
Well, and I think what really started, text reads cold. Yes. that started to enter my mind and what that really meant. And all of us are doing this. Well, I mean, every one of us are in this room because we love the game. We'll put it that way. So everyone that I assume that listens, same thing. I really, really hope that this doesn't come off as preachy or anything. I'm just saying, the last couple weeks, we've really been thinking, and no, we didn't get paid, and I don't want to hear that. That'll be about 2% of somebody that's I've never met. But seriously, I don't want to see this game go to the wayside like War Wings or Sky Warriors might. I don't know. I don't know how they're doing. I'm just, I don't want to see the
because it's shit now.
Yeah, I just don't want to
I may not have wanted the position, but I've got too much time and effort tied up into it now to quit.
I don't think and if that's on the table, I don't know by who. I don't think that's not how I feel, and I don't think that's how the community at large probably feels, T-Lock.
Well, I'm probably the most disliked person in the community.
You must be doing something right. That's what I'm saying. I'm
because
just saying.
You're trying to keep a bunch of animals respectful.
That's right.
Not only alphas, check this
Don't
out.
Stand too close to the monkey cage.
That's like the alpha omega thing, right? That's exactly right. The alpha and the omega mindset, right? That we've all probably have, or some there's some true alphas in here, But what I'm saying is, you're talking about living a beta lifestyle, and on the weekends you only get to play Omega Alpha. So true animals. I mean, people that, have stuff going on, that internalize stuff. Myself, you guys watch me have a mental breakdown. I don't have a problem talking about it because I don't think I'm the only person in the world that has experienced it, will experience it. Maybe more than one person in this room. I don't know.
Nobody's happy 100% of the time, my friend.
Thank you.
It happens.
That's the wisdom part.
It happens to everybody. Hits a low. Yep. Everybody.
And that's why
if I jump into a brand new server and ask a stupid question and get bombed by 6 trolls calling me an idiot.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna help.
No, definitely not, right? And that's the thing we got to remember, right? Like, T-Log, you've been playing MetalStorm for years. I've been here about 2 years, a little more than that. You guys, Kegs, Cool, you've been here about 4 months. You guys have a basis of understanding, and even though you're new players, right? You got, not you guys specifically, but a lot of the guys that came in around your time, you're seeing brand new players every day joining Discord, right? And new players start playing the game every single day. So you're catching people on their day one or like week one coming into the game and asking the basic questions that nobody knew, none of us knew back then, right? There's a lot of confusion about exactly how Matchmaker works, or what kind of teams you should be grouping up with, that kind of stuff, right? And it's a question we see as moderators every single day, and you have to be able to answer that with the utmost patience, because for them, that's the first time they've ever seen that question or thought about this, right? But I mean, you guys already have probably seen it 100 times, right? So,
Easily.
Well, for you guys,
a lot of the guys, it's getting annoying, and that's when they kind of tend to backlash at these new pilots that just don't understand yet, right? So.
Well, and that's the thing.
Another thing is people that have been on the server and been playing the game for a while, and something happens in the game or something's mentioned, there's a new blah 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 or this or that, and they jump on there asking what's going on. Hey, how come the servers are down? Well, they posted 3 hours ago that the servers were going down.
Yep.
Scroll up. What's the announcement channel? They're real good about trying to keep us current and updated on what's going on at the moment. They don't always have the time to write down to the minute, but instead of just jumping on the server and start asking questions, read, look around, check the channels. The way they're redoing the server, there's a certain logic to it, and there's a place for every different kind of feedback. And
absolutely. Well, speaking of that, Facebook, right? So not only is there a MetalStorm official Facebook, now there's the MetalStorm Sky Lounge. There may be even more out there. I don't know, but Facebook has a large community apparently. 5,000. Yeah, it's crazy.
Starform turned over one of their Facebook pages to me. There's a T-Lock's MetalStorm Facebook.
See, I didn't know that. But
and that's look at how big the Discord is now. Well, like how many members are in the MetalStorm Discord now? Like, it's almost 12,500, 13,000, something like that.
It was about 12.5. I think we're probably.
It's crazy
now.
Yeah,
every time you look at the channel, there's another dozen or two. Jumped on.
And like I said, and like I was saying, I got lucky. My very first time playing the game, I literally jumped in the MetalStorm server, and like there was like Stogs and Diggity and some of them, and a lot of the other big name guys from that have been around for a while. And we were just sitting there and we were just chatting, and they're like, "Well, dude, when you're done," because I was like still in tutorial. And they're like, "When you're done, just jump in with us and we'll fly some and we'll show you some shit." And I'm like, "Fucking hey, dude, that's cool, that's great."
Yep.
And then as we're sitting there fucking around, Joust hops in and just says, "Hey, how's it going, everyone? Oh, Kegs, how's it going? Blah blah blah. How's the game treating you?" And I'm like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
Like I was so blown away that one of the development team, the owner, is there.
Yeah,
asking how things are going.
That's crazy.
Chilling in the voice chat. Yeah, it blew my ever loving mind, man. It was crazy.
You had a little grabber arms.
A lot of some of these guys that get their feelings hurt when they lose the game, and they jump on there. They accuse the dev team of that's what burns me. Those guys bust their ass for us to play this game,
I know.
and to jump on there and accuse them of trying to get your money, and
I know
they've got it set up so that only that squad can win, or this game's just for the old timers, and all of that crap stuff that they accuse the dev teams of.
You turn around and look at them, be like, maybe you just need to learn how to be a better player.
Yeah.
Well, see, that again is a troll issue. You know, I mean, yes, there is the skill issue, but you can't throw that at somebody, a noob asking a question.
That's true.
Well, you just got to get better at the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that, yes, there are skill issues, but what people don't realize is this: it don't matter the plane. There's a certain amount of balance to the planes. So there's pros and cons to each and every one. Your flying style, you get in your plane, and I don't care what level you are, you can be competitive.
Yeah.
And to jump on there and say somebody's cheating just because they've put in 2 or 3 years and they've got their level 20, that's.
Well, see, I think again, with all these new players come in, they think this game's 4 months old.
Yeah.
That's the truth, and without.
Well, until it gets launched in the U.S., it ain't really real.
I guess so. But
4 months ago, ta-da! We're in the U.S. It's real.
and well, the thing is like we're not really big enough to reach all the new players or anything, but the interpersonal relationships. Let me give you an example. I want to shout out this young Twitch guy. His name's 2Cuban. He's in the streaming channel. He was like 6 days old yesterday, so a whole week. Didn't realize it. Had a great time. He had me on his Twitch. I had no idea. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And long the short, man, he's like a counselor at some kind of like rehab or something. But he's a really nice guy. And I just wanted to shout him out. Like I had no idea he was new, but I spent a day hanging out with him, and lo and behold, he was twitching the whole time. I had no idea. So yeah.
Might as well give a shout out. There's a lot of people that are twitching and streaming, playing their games live. There's a lot of them out there. There's the game exactly. Is getting a lot of publicity. It's good. Well, this thing is going to go big. It's going to go big.
I mean,
and that's while we're on that topic, like we can shout them out real quick. You got Z-Man, we got Gunny and Nightshaded, we got whatever that one guy's name is that I can't think of right now. I just talked to the other day. He was cool as hell, though. I will find it. Find it. Yeah, that guy.
We got
you got LA.
Mm-hmm.
Them guys are streaming and making up tournaments and doing all kinds of crazy shit. So we just got so many content creators that are just jamming it.
DRW, the Fart Squad. You got. Everybody's trying to do their part. That's what makes this community amazing. Like. We are all helping each other, and like this whole thing today, like I can't wait till you guys see the new layout and stuff. But like this is not something I was capable of doing. This was a gift from just a fellow player, really. So that's all he wanted me to say. So yeah,
all right,
that's the truth, man. Like, and here's the thing: if any of us can do something for. Really, anybody else below, above, doesn't matter. Just a favor. The game. I'd say above, below, but I'm talking about like if you consider views. I don't know, man. Do what you love. People will love it with you. But you got to really love it.
Yeah, just have fun.
Just have fun. Just have fun.
Life's too goddamn short not to have fun. So that's why I sit here and crack jokes like a moron, because it brings me joy.
I know there's a lot of things said about me in the community, and I'm only evil one day a week. So as long as you catch me on one of those other days, it ain't going to be any problem. And I seriously am here to help. I don't call people out on the server. I don't do it publicly. I always DM. And calling people out on the server that's just not cool.
It just makes me sick to
whether it's another player or somebody you disagreed with. It's just, we are a community, and it takes, everybody in the community to make it right.
It does.
And
a village, right?
It just takes one person to really screw up a good discussion on a server.
Yeah.
It just takes that one.
Well, and that's just another reason why I'm glad you are a mod and you don't go anywhere. You better not quit. Legs, like when our thing happened, I said some of the most vile stuff in the world, and I was talking about this privately with somebody in the room, and I said it was like the next day he forgave me and was asking me if I was okay. That's the kind of person Legatus is. See what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
it's
I'm
patience,
slow.
right? And that's the key to what me and T-Lock do, and Diggity, who's not here, is patience. A lot of people's excitement, rage, anger, that comes out of passion and love for the game. They want to see this game be more like what they envision it to be. And that's where a lot of the arguments come into, is because not everyone's vision is the same, right? Everyone has a different idea of how this game would be perfect. And that's what gets people into trouble, is when they get a little too excited about giving their opinion about that.
Whatever.
Well, we want the passion, but
Positive passion is a good way to put it.
yes.
Well, I mean, hey, the plus side is it's kind of a big deal. So,
Hey, Diggs, that's a shout. That's a shout out. He is kind of a big deal. How you doing, Diggs? Big shout out. Guys, we're creeping up now around 45 minutes. So, I'd like to ask you about pop culture stuff in the news right now. And Mr.
Oh boy.
I need to jump off the camera for a second. My phone's dying.
What's the most in real life concerning, like, actual news? Concerning, interesting, anything in the news that's grabbed your attention? If not, there's something that's grabbed mine. But
Boy, that's a big one.
I know, just anything pop culture. I mean, whatever, your life.
Well, as far as media, I'm very, very disappointed in our country.
Yeah.
And the way politics is coming across that TV
I know.
just ain't right. That's not the way it's supposed to run. You're supposed to be for something, not against somebody. It's down to two parties, and the parties aren't, and I don't care which one of them you like.
Yep.
They both do it. I need to get in that office to hold that power, not to help the citizens that I'm supposed to represent, but to make sure the other team don't win.
Yeah.
That's back to egos and personalities, and it ain't got nothing to do with what a politician's supposed to do. I'm concerned just any half-hour session with any of the news channels, and it's like, I want to go hide in a closet.
It's like the world's ending, right? It's like the world's ending, right? I knew we were in trouble, I think, when I was born, but like really understood when I started realizing we were protesting to take away our own rights instead of more. That society is a broken society, and we are. I'm going to say something that's a little maybe intelligent. Sorry, I don't want to say that it's stupid, but we are Rome, and we are crumbling from the inside. And you can call it, the link to democracy, even though we're not a true democracy. This representative democracy experiment. We're 0 for 2, and we're on the backside of a very steep hill, in my opinion. Unfortunately, hopefully.
Well, I tell you what, if you want to get into the shit hit the fan situations, we'll have to save that for another
that's all right.
podcast discussion.
I'd love to have you back, dude. I'd love to have you back, and I miss talking to you, man. I know you're busy. I know everything's exploding right now, and congratulations, by the way, to Starform, all you guys. Congratulations, Legs. I haven't even said that to him in a minute. Looks like he may have fell off. His phone may have died, but everybody, congratulations, like Starform. I mean, keep it up. I think it's been a great game, and I have no complaints. I'm sorry, but I'm a casual gamer, so yeah.
I feel honored to even be a part of it, just at all.
Yeah, it's been a ride, bro. It's still.
Yes, it
still
has,
going, and it's still going.
Met a lot of wonderful people in this community.
Yeah, well,
a lot of wonderful people,
and you're one of them. So. No, I mean it, man. You were one of the first people to, we had a connection with. So, dude, I hope, I guess, I hope you continue to recover, get better, get well. I'm gonna let you get a little more comfortable right now because we're about that time, and we're gonna have you back on, T-Lock. Anytime you'd like to come on, let me know. Like,
I'm here. Just holler.
I had so much fun. Like, this is the way it should have been every time, and it will be in the future.
Anytime, just give a holler.
Just ring a bell or something. But with that being said,
pinch kegs and get him to howl. I'll come and run.
I love it.
Ding, 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 motherfucker.
I was trying to be nice. He was trying to be nice, too. You got him, T-Lock. Dude, thank you so much for coming on for the second time.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Absolutely, my pleasure.
It was a pleasure to get to meet you a little deeper, too. Seriously. So, with that being said,
he's been cool.
He's been Kegs.
And that guy was Legs. And we're to fug out.